Hey Virgo, let's see what's going on in your love life. This is a tarot love reading for Virgo Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and of course for any of you lovely cross watchers dealing with a Virgo romantically. Now please keep in mind these are general readings, so they may or may not resonate, which is totally okay. You're always welcome here on my channel to take what works for you, Virgo, and leave the rest. So we're jumping right into it today, and we're gonna see what could be coming toward my lovely Virgos in love right now. First message coming out for Virgo today. Ooh, we've got the Two of Cups. Oh my goodness, Virgo. This is a really nice card to get as the first energy. Now, this is typically looked at as the soulmate card. It's about finding your person, finding your perfect match, finding your life partner. It's about love, connection, mutual partnership. It's a really strong indicator of an amazing bond between you and somebody special. Could be somebody you're currently involved with, could be new love coming in, but there's definitely an energy of a lot of love surrounding your love life right now. Tell me more about what could be coming toward Virgo at the moment, please. Second message coming out is the Four of Cups. Interesting. Okay. This is a very different energy than the Two of Cups. As you can see in the imagery, the Four of Cups does tend to indicate somebody pulling back. So on the one hand, we start out with this soulmate connection, but then the second card indicates some sort of space or distance, somebody who, the message I'm getting is maybe got a little bit scared and pulled back. So maybe you've been involved in a situation where you have a really strong connection with somebody, Virgo. Maybe they're pulling back a little bit right now. Maybe they're a little bit scared about how things are moving. You know, sometimes when things start to get really deep and things start to move forward, people can get scared and pull back. And that's kind of what that Four of Cups energy is suggesting. So let's see what else could be coming toward Virgo right now, please. The World. Okay, that's interesting as well. So the World card indicates wrapping up a cycle, completing something. So I'm very curious to see how this goes, because this is also a card associated typically with satisfaction and fulfillment. So I wonder if this is maybe suggesting that you're involved with somebody, you feel like it's your soulmate, there's a very strong bond, very strong connection. It does look like maybe something has almost like tested the relationship a little bit recently. And what I get is somebody pulling back unexpectedly, right? So maybe things were moving forward with the two of you, it felt really good, and then all of a sudden you notice they were a little bit more distant, they were less responsive, they weren't communicating as much, they weren't texting as much for whatever reason. But then the World kind of suggests that that tough cycle is gonna wrap up. So I don't think you're gonna be stuck in this dynamic for a long time, but I do think that if you're resonating with this, it might be feeling a little bit frustrating right now if your person is pulling back. So here's what we're gonna do, Virgo. We're gonna look at them to kind of figure out what might be going on here, okay? So we will look at their overall energy, what they could be feeling, what actions they could be taking right now. I will look at the same thing for you, and then we'll look at the potential outcome, and hopefully that can give us a bit of clarity about what exactly is happening here. So tell me about this person who Virgo is involved with, please. Interesting. The first card coming out for your person is the Two of Pentacles. And honestly, Virgo, this is just giving me the energy of somebody who's juggling a lot of responsibility and probably feeling pretty overwhelmed and stressed out. So maybe what's happening is that your person has some stressful stuff that's going on in their life. Sometimes what happens is when people get overwhelmed and really burnt out, they push others away, right? Like each of us has our own way of dealing with stress. I think some people tend to pull back and shut down. I think other people move towards their partner and they want a lot of comfort. Like everybody is different in terms of how they deal with stress. And I feel like for your person, they might be somebody where when they've got a lot on their plate, they've got a lot going on and they feel very overwhelmed, they push you away because they're so overwhelmed. So it's not that they don't love you, Virgo, but it's like with everything happening, they kind of shut down a little bit. Okay, tell me more about this person's energy right now. The Hermit, yeah, Virgo energy. So maybe some of you are dealing with a fellow Virgo romantically. It's kind of like they get overwhelmed and they go into hermit mode. There's a very clear message here. Now, I don't think this is about you. Like I said, my sense here is that there's probably something going on for your person that is really stressing them out and they're not coping with it well. And I think they're going into hermit mode and they're kind of, you know, disconnecting from you. It doesn't feel like it's about you, Virgo. Like this feels like something else, like a family situation, a health situation, a work situation, a friend situation, whatever it is. And they're honestly probably not doing a good job of talking to you about it because they're just shutting down and going into hermit mode, okay? I'm not saying it's okay that they're doing this. I'm just kind of explaining what might be happening based on those cards. Tell me more about this person's energy, please. Six of Pentacles. Okay, that's actually really good, you guys. I'm happy to see that, to be honest. Six of Pentacles is a really balanced energy. And what it feels like to me, it's interesting, right? Because remember, the first card coming out here was the Two of Pentacles. And I'm like, they could be overwhelmed. They could be stressed out. You can literally see this person is like trying to balance everything, right? And maybe they haven't been doing a really good job of finding a good balance. And that's why they're stressed out and went into hermit mode. But the Six of Pentacles is actually feeling really positive to me because it indicates that your person is recognizing that there is an imbalance in their life that they need to work to bring into balance, okay? So I think they're realizing that something that's going on right now is not healthy. It doesn't feel good for them. I think they're probably gonna work on it. So that's feeling like movement in a positive direction. Okay, let's take a look at what they might be feeling. First card coming out, the Judgment, okay? Yeah, I think they're gonna be apologizing to you, Virgo. My sense here is they're gonna feel really badly because here's what I think has been going on. They've been super stressed, probably up in their head, distracted, overwhelmed. They probably haven't even really realized how this has been impacting you. And I know that sounds really self-centered, but that's kind of what happened when we get stressed, right? It's like we become very self-focused. And sometimes I think it's hard to think about other people when we're in that state of being really emotionally overwhelmed. So when I say like your person probably hasn't been thinking about how it's impacting you, it's not because they don't care. I think it's just because they've been overwhelmed. However, we are seeing energy to suggest that they're starting to recognize that. And honestly, Virgo, I think the minute that they recognize that, they're going to be coming right towards you and saying they're sorry. Because I don't think this person wants to hurt you. And I think when they realize, like, I have been kind of shutting down, I have been pulling back with that Four of Cups, like, oh my gosh, I didn't mean to do that. Tell me more about what this person could be feeling right now, please. Nice, Eight of Pentacles. Okay, we're seeing movement in a good direction, you guys. Eight of Pentacles is about putting in the hard work towards what's important to us. This is showing up in their feelings. I think you're going to see your person taking steps right now probably to really emotionally invest in the connection. I'm getting they're going to make it up to you. They want to make you feel better. They're really sorry. I'm getting the energy of someone who's really sorry they pushed you away, and I don't think that they meant to, and they're feeling really bad about it. Tell me more, please, about what they could be feeling. Knight of Swords. Okay. Yeah, so you could be dealing with an air sign, a Libra, Gemini, or an Aquarius. I'm getting strongly the message, somebody coming towards you and being like, Virgo, I'm gonna make it up to you, okay? I think your person has been so in their head and so focused on their stressors, like I said, that they haven't really thought about you because they've been so overwhelmed. And then the minute they start to kind of bring things into balance in their life, they're gonna be like, oh shit, like, I do not like that I've been unavailable to Virgo, that I haven't been reaching out, that I haven't been communicating. And you're going to see them starting to take a lot of action towards you to show you that they're committed and putting in the effort and really trying to prove their love to you. So this is getting positive, right? Positive movement as we're looking at the tarot. And that's why when I pulled the World card, I was like, it's interesting because it kind of suggests you're not going to be stuck in this cycle forever. And the World card is about fulfillment and satisfaction. So I do think what we're seeing is suggesting movement in a good direction. I'm also getting the message like they're snapping out of it, right? They're coming out of whatever fog they've been in, whatever stress they've been under, and they're recognizing like, oh shit, like this has had an impact on Virgo and I really want to like, you know, step it up and support Virgo and show my love. Let's see what actions they could be taking right now, please. The Knight of Pentacles, yeah. I think they're really focused on building a solid foundation between the two of you. They're not looking to like rush anything. I think they really want to make sure that they're being intentional about building that foundation to your relationship, because that's kind of like the launching point for the future, right? It's like build that solid foundation together, and that's what you can build from for the future between the two of you. Tell me more about what actions they could be taking. Okay. My goodness. OMG, Virgo. Four of Wands, which you probably know is a really, really, really nice card to get in a love reading. We call it the 1111 card, and it tends to indicate an escalation of commitment. So this is strongly suggesting, because it is also showing up in your person's actions, that they are going to do something to escalate the commitment, to prove their love. So maybe, like I said, they come out of this fog, they come out of this stress, and then they realize like, I don't want to lose Virgo. And not only do they start to make it up to you, but they demonstrate through their actions that they're ready to take the next step. So you might see them suggesting taking, I say the next step, it's a general reading, right? So you've got to take it if and how it connects, but the next step could be a lot of things depending on where you're at in your relationship with this person, right? The next step could be becoming exclusive. Maybe if you're in a newer relationship, maybe it's them saying they love you for the first time. Maybe it's them suggesting that you guys finally move in together. But I do see them wanting to almost like prove their love by taking action to escalate the commitment between the two of you. What other actions could they be taking? The Star, wow. Their energy is really nice, you guys. The Star is Aquarius energy. It's about hope, healing, and optimism. They want to heal things with you. They want to fix things. I don't think they ever meant to hurt you. Like I said, as we get into it, this just feels like somebody who got overwhelmed by something in their life, and their way of coping is pulling back, and it's not about you. Like, they just do this to everyone, right? I think they probably pulled back from you. They probably pulled back from friends. They probably pulled back from family. Like, this doesn't feel like it was anything personal for you. I think it was just their way of coping with the situation. But I am seeing in the tarot that I think they're recognizing the impact that their behaviors had on you, and I think they're really going to be stepping it up from what I can see. Wow. So let's look at you. Tell me about Virgo's energy right now. The Nine of Wands, yeah. This is not surprising, you guys. This often shows up when we've been feeling tested. So I do think you've been feeling tested by what's going on, because you're probably like, why are they pulling back? Why aren't they talking to me? Tell me more about Virgo's energy, please. The Lovers, yeah. I mean, you love them. I think it's clear that you guys love each other. We don't start the reading with the Two of Cups unless it's a really special connection between two people. So I do think that you have a lot of love for this person. Tell me more, please. And then the Hierophant, yeah. Typically indicating commitment, marriage. I think that even though you've been feeling tested by what's been going on, you're keeping your eye on the prize. That's the message that's coming to mind, right? It's like, this is a really good thing where you know that in the short term, there's something happening right now that's stressful, but you're not letting the short term derail the long term, right? It's kind of like keeping things in perspective by looking at the bigger picture. So yes, has it been frustrating that maybe they've been pulling back and not as available? Of course. But does that change the fact that you love them and see a future with them? No, because I'm strongly getting the message that you understand that what is happening for them is short term. I'm just getting like short term and long term, like flashing in my mind. It's like you understand that this is a short term stressor that's going to resolve, and that once it does get resolved, the two of you will probably just get right back on track towards this loving, committed relationship. Oh, okay, so let's see what Virgo's feeling. All right, this came jumping out. Ten of Swords. Yeah, I mean, I think you felt hurt by them pulling back. We talk about this a lot. When a partner pulls back, it doesn't feel good. And so emotionally, it might sting a little bit. And the message I'm getting with the Ten of Swords, this might trigger you a little bit. Maybe you had an experience in the past, Virgo, where a past partner completely would shut down and not talk to you, and then you guys broke up. So there might be a little bit of you that's like, this is kind of reminding me of something that happened in the past. But just remember, when we get triggered, it's about being able to separate the past from the present and being able to look at it and be like, this person that I'm with now is not the person I was with in the past. It's a different person. There might be elements of the situation that are similar, but I also think there's a lot of elements that are different, because we just looked at your person's energy and it showed them starting to open up, coming towards you, making an effort, right? Whereas maybe an ex who shut down didn't do that, and then things fell apart. So you could definitely be feeling, I keep getting the word like feeling like you got stung. Like it hurts that they did this, but you're working through it. Tell me more about what Virgo could be feeling, please. The King of Swords, good. This is about clarity, communication. Honestly, this is encouraging you to speak about how you've been feeling, right? Like something that could be really healthy to do is have a conversation with your person and just be really, honest about how their behavior has impacted you, so that they know that it's been hurting you, and so that the two of you can figure out how to not end up in a situation like that in the future, right? Tell me more, please. And then the Magician. So the Magician is a card of manifestation and creation. To me, I'm getting the message that this fits with what I said a moment ago about the larger picture. Keep in mind the larger picture of what the two of you are building together and co-creating, essentially, right? I keep getting like, don't let a short-term stressor impact the beautiful potential for a long-term relationship. that is coming up very strongly. And maybe that's a little bit of advice for you, Virgo, if you're resonating with this message today. It's like, it can feel really frustrating, of course, when our partner goes cold and shuts down. But if you're able to keep perspective on the situation and be like, okay, this, from what I can gather, this looks like it's a short-term thing, you can keep that perspective and be like, even though it feels uncomfortable right now, it doesn't mean we don't have a future together, right? Perspective can definitely help in this situation. So let's see what actions Virgo could be taking, please. Four of Swords, yeah. I think you've honestly been giving your person some space, and you've been also taking some time to kind of reflect on your own. I think you've been looking at this and being like, this isn't about me. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm going to give them some space to work through it. And when they're ready, they'll come towards me. And I think we see that in their energy, right? So this could also be something that helps. It's like, if you give them a little bit of space, that's when they might come toward you. Tell me more about what actions Virgo could be taking. Eight of Swords, yeah. I mean, I think the situation has definitely brought up some doubts for you with the Eight of Swords. That's going to have to be dealt with. I think your person's going to have to do things to reassure you. And I think they will. So I don't see a problem here based on what we saw in your person's energy. I think you're going to feel a little insecure, but if you're able to communicate with that King of Swords about why you feel that way, I think your person is going to do everything that they can to reassure you so that those doubts can melt away. Tell me more about what actions Virgo could be taking. And then the Emperor, good. This is just a really strong, confident energy. It feels like moving back towards that confidence that you have in the relationship and the confidence that the two of you have in the future together. So moment of truth, let's see what the potential outcome is here. Seven of Cups, interesting. That's a card, it's not a settled energy. It tends to indicate confusion. Let's see what else we have here. Okay, good. But we clear it up with the Queen of Swords, okay? Tell me what the potential outcome is here. And then the King of Wands. You guys are fine. You're fine. You're fine. So yeah, when I pulled the Seven of Cups, I was like, let's see where it goes. But the Seven of Cups is followed by two really beautiful cards, the Queen of Swords and the King of Wands, right? So the Seven of Swords to me acknowledges that you've been in a confusing space with your person and it's probably felt uncomfortable. The Queen of Swords suggests you guys are talking about it and working through it. And the King of Wands is like, you guys love each other. There's passion, there's connection. None of that has gone away because of this situation. And the other thing too is we've got a King and a Queen in the outcome here. I always say those are the most mature energies within the tarot, which is further indicating that there's a level of maturity that both you and this person are taking when you approach the situation, right? So this to me feels like one of those situations where, yeah, maybe it's a little bit of a bump in the road right now. It's not anything you can't overcome if that's what you want to do. And the outcome is suggesting moving from a place of confusion to clarity and love. All right. So that's what I've got for you today, Virgo. If you enjoyed this reading, you know what to do. Give me a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and notification bell. And of course, I wish you so much love and happiness, and we'll talk soon. Bye, guys.